Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner. Welcome to your post-match reaction. I know it's a little bit, tad bit late because it was in zombie hours. I needed to go and sleep. I didn't even get to finish the match. I missed out on the final, I think maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I was just so sleepy. Had to go and sleep. Literally woke up about an hour and a half ago. So still haven't had enough sleep, but we're here delivering the post-match reaction. Cole Palmer hat-trick. Cole Palmer hat-trick, and he had a lot of things to say post-match as well. We're going to talk about that. Big up to Chelsea Football Club. Big up to all of us as well, us fans. Very important 3 points. Look, Wolves are not good. It was a game of two halves. First half, we played fantastically well. We got the goals, and the second half was not that good. But look, sometimes it's fine. You know, sometimes you just got to navigate through the nonsense that's been happening. Sometimes you just need to get the 3 points in the bag and then, look forward to the next game. But in the Premier League, you just don't want to be too complacent because anyone can come back into the game. And Wolves, when they scored, honestly, I'm a little bit filthy about that. We should have tried our level best to keep a clean sheet because Robert Sanchez was very, very annoyed that we conceded. And in the Premier League, you allow a sniff of an opportunity to the opposition to come back into the match. Believe me, they take it. The problem with Wolves is they just don't have the quality. They have the heart, they have the desire, they don't have the quality. Now, let's talk about us. Let's talk about us, as Trick Williams would say. Cole Palmer hat-trick. Let's talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Look, from the get-go, fantastic lineup, I thought. Don't have any complaints. It was a strong lineup. The only thing is maybe Esteval, why isn't he playing? We need to talk a little bit about Pedro Neto, by the way. We'll talk about the performances. Pedro Neto apparently removed all Chelsea-related stuff from Instagram. Generally, these sort of things, they indicate something. Now, look, nice lineup, strong lineup, and I felt very confident moving into this game, considering other results Man United had won, so it was very, very important. And there was a feeling that Aston Villa could potentially drop points, and they did drop points. Aston Villa, yeah, look out. My man, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Look, for me, Arsenal have already won the Premier League. So there's no point about let's hope Man City can do. No. Do you know what? I'm now thinking, I hope Man City drop points against Liverpool. Because, well, then again, I want both of them to drop points, if I'm being absolutely honest, because Liverpool are chasing us as well. So a draw will be a sensational result there. I don't want really for, Manchester City to get a win there. Because, as I said, even if they do get the win, Arsenal are going to win the league anyway. So forget about Arsenal being caught or this, that, the other. They're the most consistent team out there. So Aston Villa, you're in trouble. You're in big, big trouble. And we need to be looking at that and thinking we need to pounce. So this is a perfect opportunity. Good lineup, strong lineup. I was very happy with it. And the way we started the first half as well was very, very good. Look, off the back of all the hard work that João Pedro provided, my man Cole Palmer capitalized. The first two opportunities, João Pedro won the penalty, and rightly so. Both of them were penalties. They were pushes. Second one, I have to say, was that a push outside of the penalty box? A little bit dubious to me. But the first one, clearly a foul. I think he took a knock on the leg. And then the second one, definitely a push, whether it was outside of the box. I thought it was. Nonetheless, Cole Palmer steps in, scores, and he's crossed 50 goals in 100 appearances for Chelsea Football Club. And I believe he's broken the record as well. Fourth hat-trick in the Premier League. No other Chelsea players done that, which is quite incredible to me. When you think about the names like Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, they've never hit 4 hat-tricks. That's quite mad, especially Drogba being a striker. So Cole Palmer, look, fantastic performance, especially the third goal, the first half hat-trick, the third goal cut back. It was a lovely movement that all started from Pedro Neto right at the back and then drifted out wide to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez lays it off to Cucurella. Cucurella, you could see the darting run of Cole Palmer. Cucurella cuts it back in, and that is the kind of goal I want to see from Cole Palmer. Those darting runs into the box, cutbacks, and boom, classical finish. So first half hat-trick, all the damage was done in the first half. Wolves were done and dusted. We'll talk about second half in a second. I want to talk about Cole Palmer post-match. Cole Palmer, ladies and gentlemen, he was talking a lot of stuff, man. He said, look, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of rubbish that's been talked about. By the way, Bruno Fernandes in the Instagram, on Cole Palmer's Instagram post, commented, what a player or something like that. Fantastic player. This Man United players and their fan base, they're moving a little bit mad with Cole Palmer. But Cole Palmer post-match said, look, people need to understand, I've been playing with an injury. Like, this player has come out publicly and stated, I've been playing with injury. I've not been 100% at all this season. I know when I'm at 100%, I've got a different level to hit. And it's clear to see. It's so clear to see. We sit here and watch Cole Palmer. We've been watching Cole Palmer this season. You can tell he's not moving the way he should be moving. And clearly, the injury is affecting him. Hopefully, we see this season through, and I don't know what we can do. Does he need to have a surgery, which will mean he'll be off next season for a substantial amount of time? Does he get considered for the World Cup? We don't know if he keeps performing in this way. Look, he scored the hat-trick, but it's not like Cole Palmer set the world on fire. Well-taken penalties, but don't forget, those were hard work from João Pedro. João Pedro, for me, was a brilliant play in this match. A lot of players played well in the first half. Second half, a lot of them had a stinky performance. But Cole Palmer, it's not like he had a scintillating performance. He still ended up scoring a hat-trick, though. So whether he improves on this, whether this is the Cole Palmer, the version of it we're going to see, he's saying he's carrying an injury. Can he get rid of that injury in time? We shall see. He also talked about how he's been happy. He's taken a little bit of a jibe at Enzo Maresca. And look, there's always been a rumor that did this guy ever like Enzo Maresca completely? And I don't think he did, you know. If you guys remember his Instagram post, you know, a couple of seasons back, saying, moment from Pochettino era, and he was saying, fantastic football or something like that, or when football was fun or something like that, or football is fun. He's never been like that under Enzo Maresca, and now post-match he said, look, Liam Rossini has been amazing. He lets us be free. And I think that's very important from Cole Palmer. 100% what he said post-match is a direct jibe at Enzo Maresca. There's no two ways about that. So, look, Cole Palmer, of course, ends up being naturally the man of the match. I don't know who the official man of the match was, but he's going to get it because of the hat-trick. But for me, João Pedro, ladies and gentlemen, he's on fire. Wins 2 penalties, worked really hard, deserved a goal, didn't get a goal, but nonetheless, still very good. I'm very satisfied with João Pedro. Other notable performances, especially in the first half, Robert Sanchez. Look, I need to talk about Robert Sanchez. This guy is going to be one of the contenders for Chelsea Player of the Season. I'm not even lying. Along with Moses Caicedo, I think Robert Sanchez is a big shout. I feel sad for him that we can't seem to close our matches and keep clean sheets more often for him. That was such a poor defending. That was so poor defending from Chelsea Football Club, man. Prior to that, Wolves were knocking on the door in the second half. Second half, for some reason, the intensity fell off massively. Whether the players were looking at the situation thinking 3-0, let's conserve our energy. We've got Leeds coming up. There's a big game coming up. But Robert Sanchez, man, I feel very annoyed that we haven't got a clean sheet for him. He was filthy when that goal went in. Notable mention to Robert Sanchez, who honestly in that entire match didn't put a foot wrong. Cucurella, look, a lot of players in the first half. Enzo Fernandez. I love the midfield trio. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Santos. You can see that's a clear, distinct difference in Enzo Maresca and Liam Rossini. Liam Rossini wants a lot more penetration through the middle, a lot more small passes, intricate passes, all through the middle to bypass the opposition press. And I think that's something that is 100% notable. Cucurella with the assist, he did well in the second half. As I said, a lot of poor performances. Players from the bench came on, and I don't think they were that great either. Liam Delap, Garnacho. That's the thing. These players from the bench really needs to give us a lot more impetus. Overall, look, 3 points in the bank. Very happy. Very close to Aston Villa. I think 2 points away from Aston Villa, 3 points away from Liverpool. They're in trouble. 3 points away from Manchester City. Both of these teams are in big trouble. And we need to look at the next fixture, Leeds, which is going to be a very difficult fixture. Luckily, it's at home. Does that matter? I don't know. But I'm hoping it does matter. All focus is now on that. We need to pick up the 3 points there. The way Man United are moving right now, the way they've, dispatched Spurs, they look like they could go on a bit of a run. So look, happy with overall performance, a bit annoyed with the second half, but somewhat I can understand that looking at Leeds, that's going to be a big game. All in all, good weekend. good performances, and we can hopefully build on that. We didn't get to see Mamadou Sarr. Hopefully we get to see him down the track. And may the Chalobah and Wesley Fofana combination keep flourishing, keep doing well. Oh, the other mention is Andre Santos, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like he might have picked up a bit of an injury. So hopefully it's nothing serious. We do need him back. Reece James hopefully will be back. By the way, Reece James wasn't available, and it's been confirmed that he's picked up some sort of a little knock. But the word is that he should be available against Leeds, and we need him back. We need Reece James back ASAP. All of these players need to be available for this, final third of the season that's coming up, and it's crunch time. Absolutely crunch time. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about everything about the match? Who was your standouts? Who was a little bit of a letdown? Are you happy? Are you not happy? How did you see the first half? How did you see the second half? Let me know all your comments in the comment section. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Hype. Make sure you hype. Very, very importante to hype. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Goodbye.